Imagine for a moment that you're climbing the stairs to visit your grandchildren. The sun is shining outside, you hear laughter coming from the room, but suddenly your legs feel heavy, as if each step were a mountain. Or perhaps you've felt this when trying to open a jar of jelly, something so simple that now feels like a battle. Why does this happen to us after 65? What if I told you that the answer might lie in what you put on your plate every day? It's not about expensive gyms or miracle pills. It's about something within your reach, something that can change the way you live your days. Let's start with a story. I met a woman named Susan, a 68-year-old grandmother who loved playing with her grandchildren in the backyard. She'd chase them, kick a ball, laugh loudly. But over time, Susan began to notice that those games were getting harder. Her legs couldn't keep up anymore. Carrying groceries from the market became a challenge. She thought, well, this is just aging, isn't it? It's part of life. But something inside her said it didn't have to be that way. Susan didn't want to just accept this weakness. She wanted to fight for her energy, for the freedom to live as she always had. And, believe it or not, she found a solution that didn't involve hours of heavy exercise or expensive supplements. It was something much simpler, something that was right in front of her all along. Now, before we get to what Susan discovered, let's understand why this happens. Why, after 65, do we feel our muscles getting weaker? It's not just a matter of getting old, there's science behind it. And it's more fascinating than you might think. Your muscles are like a bonfire. When you're young, that fire burns strong, fueled by everything you do, running, working, dancing. But as the years go by, that fire starts to lose its strength. It's not that it goes out. It just needs the right kind of firewood to keep glowing. After 65, we lose about 3 to 5% of our muscle mass each year. This even has a name, sarcopenia. It sounds complicated, but it's just the way the body ages when we don't give it what it needs. Think of it this way. Your muscles are made of fibers, like tightly woven ropes. Those fibers need nutrients to stay strong. But as we age, the body doesn't absorb those nutrients as well. It's like trying to cook with an old stove. You need the right gas, in the right amount, to make the flame catch. And that's not all. Inflammation in the body increases with age, and that wears down the muscles even more. A sedentary lifestyle, even if it's just sitting a bit more than before, also makes those muscle ropes thinner. The result? Less strength to climb stairs, less energy to carry your grandchildren, less confidence to do what you love. But here's the good news. This isn't inevitable. Susan, that grandmother I mentioned, discovered that you can reignite that fire. And it wasn't by running marathons or spending a fortune on treatments. It was something she could do every day in her own home. Before we get there, let's talk about what doesn't work, because we often fall into traps that promise a lot, but deliver little. Have you seen those commercials for expensive protein shakes promising steel-like muscles in weeks? Or maybe you've heard of miracle supplements that reverse aging. It sounds tempting, doesn't it? But here's the truth. Most of these products aren't made for people like you or Susan. Studies show that after 65, the body needs nutrients from real food, not processed powders. Shakes can help in specific cases, but they don't replace what nature has already given us. And there's more. Many of these supplements are expensive and lack solid studies proving long-term results. Susan tried some of these products, spent money, but saw no difference. Her legs still felt weak, and fatigue kept creeping in. And what about the gym? You might be thinking, well, maybe I need to lift weights like a bodybuilder. Exercise is great, don't get me wrong. Walking, stretching, or even lifting light weights can help a lot. But for people over 65, exercise alone isn't enough. If your muscles aren't getting the right nutrients, it's like trying to build a house without bricks. You can effort, sweat, but the results won't come. Susan tried some fitness classes, but without adjusting what she ate, she just felt more tired. So, what changed for Susan? How did she go from someone who could barely climb stairs to a grandmother who dances with her grandchildren? The answer lies in something we all do every day: eating. But not just any food. Susan discovered that certain foods, simple things you probably already have in your kitchen, can make a huge difference in muscle strength. These foods deliver the exact nutrients your muscles are craving after 65. They help reignite that fire, strengthen those muscle ropes, and restore the energy you thought was gone. Before I reveal exactly what these foods are, let's understand why food is so powerful. Your muscles need three main things: protein, to build and repair fibers; antioxidants, to fight the inflammation that wears down the body; and energy, to keep you active. After 65, the body doesn't process these nutrients as well, so you need to choose foods that deliver them directly and efficiently. Think of it like giving your car premium fuel. It runs better, lasts longer. Susan started paying attention to what she put on her plate, and within a few weeks, she felt a change. It wasn't just more strength, it was more energy, more confidence. She began to realize she could do things she hadn't done in years. Now, you must be curious. What are these foods that made such a difference for Susan? They're not exotic, they're not expensive, and you don't need a complicated diet to include them in your life. They're 7 simple foods that anyone can find at the store or already has at home. These foods are like tools that work together to rebuild your muscles, reduce inflammation, and give you energy to live with freedom. Let's dive into them, one by one, and you'll see how easy it is to make these changes. First, we have eggs. Yes, that staple food that's probably in your fridge right now. Eggs are one of the best sources of high-quality protein, and protein is the brick that builds your muscles. After 65, the body needs more protein to maintain muscle mass, but not all protein is equal. Eggs have all the essential amino acids, the building blocks your muscles use to repair themselves. A study from the University of Illinois showed that older adults who eat eggs regularly have greater muscle strength than those who avoid them. And the best part? Eggs are cheap and versatile. You can cook them in minutes, scrambled for breakfast, boiled for a quick snack, or in an omelet with veggies for dinner. Try eating 2 eggs a day, at least 4 times a week, and you'll already be taking a big step. The second food is salmon. This fish is a superhero for your muscles. It's rich in omega-3, a type of healthy fat that reduces inflammation in the body. Remember the sarcopenia I mentioned? Inflammation is one of the main culprits, and omega-3 helps fight it. Plus, salmon has high-quality protein, like eggs. Research shows that older adults who eat fatty fish like salmon have a 20% lower risk of falls because their muscles become stronger and more responsive. You don't need to eat salmon every day. 2 servings a week, about 100 to 150 grams each, make a huge difference. Grill it with a bit of lemon, bake it in the oven, or even use canned salmon in salads. Susan started including salmon for dinner on Thursdays, and she swears that's when she began to feel her legs getting steadier. Third on the list, sweet potatoes. You might be thinking, potatoes? Aren't those just carbs? Yes, but they're the right kind of carbs. Sweet potatoes are rich in complex carbohydrates, which provide sustained energy for your muscles. After 65, we often feel that unexplained fatigue. Part of it comes from a lack of energy that muscles need to function. Sweet potatoes also have fiber, which aids digestion, and antioxidants, which protect muscle cells. A medium sweet potato baked with a drizzle of olive oil is a perfect side for lunch or dinner. Try including 1 or 2 servings a week. Susan found that when she swapped white bread for sweet potatoes, she had more energy for her morning walks. The fourth food is spinach. This green isn't just for Popeye. Spinach is loaded with magnesium, a mineral that helps muscles contract and relax properly. Without enough magnesium, you might feel cramps or weakness. Spinach also has antioxidants that fight inflammation and protect muscle fibers. A study from Australia showed that older adults who eat leafy greens regularly have better mobility. You don't need to eat a bucket of spinach. 1 cup a day, sautéed in salads, or blended into smoothies is enough. Susan started adding spinach to her egg omelets, and she said she'd never felt so light. 5th, Greek yogurt. This is a food that works wonders for your muscles and your whole body. Greek yogurt is rich in protein, like eggs, but it also has probiotics, which improve gut health. Why does that matter? Because a healthy gut absorbs nutrients better, and your muscles need those nutrients to grow. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition showed that older adults who consume yogurt regularly have less muscle loss. Choose plain Greek yogurt without sugar, and add fresh fruit for a touch of sweetness. A 150-gram serving a day for breakfast or as a snack is ideal. Susan started eating yogurt with some blackberries, and she noticed even her digestion improved. The 6th food is almonds. These nuts are small but powerful. They're rich in vitamin E, which protects muscles from oxidative stress, that wear and tear that comes with age. Almonds also have healthy fats and a bit of protein, which provide energy and sustain muscles. A handful, about 20 to 30 grams a day, is perfect as a snack between meals. Studies show that older adults who eat nuts regularly have better muscle function. Susan carries a small bag of almonds in her purse to nibble on during the day, and she says it keeps her full and energized. Last but not least, we have beans. Beans are a staple in many cultures, and for good reason. They're rich in plant-based protein, fiber, and minerals like potassium, which help keep muscles functioning well. Beans are also great for overall health because they regulate blood sugar and provide lasting energy. A study from Harvard University showed that people who eat legumes, like beans, have a lower risk of muscle weakness. Half a cup of cooked beans, 3 to 4 times a week, is enough. Try them in soups, salads, or as a side dish. Susan loves a black bean chili, and she says it's one of the meals that makes her feel stronger. Now, let's step back and look at the big picture. These 7 foods, eggs, salmon, sweet potatoes, spinach, Greek yogurt, almonds, and beans, are like a team of superheroes working together. They deliver protein to build muscles, antioxidants to fight inflammation, and energy to keep you active. The best part? They're simple, affordable, and easy to incorporate into your routine. You don't need to become a chef or overhaul your diet. Start small. Add eggs to breakfast. Toss a handful of spinach into your soup. Swap a snack for almonds. Small changes make a big difference. Remember Susan? When she started including these foods, it wasn't all at once. She began with eggs and yogurt, then added salmon and beans. Within a few weeks, she felt her legs getting steadier, her energy returning. Today, at 70, Susan not only climbs stairs without fear, she dances with her grandchildren, carries groceries on her own, and even returned to gardening, something she loved but had stopped because of weakness. Susan's story isn't unique. Thousands of people over 65 are discovering that the right food can transform the way they age. It's not about stopping time, it's about living with freedom, confidence, and joy. And here's the secret that ties it all together. These foods aren't magical on their own. They work because they give your body what it needs to rebuild. After 65, your muscles are hungry for nutrients, and these 7 foods are like the perfect fuel. They help reduce muscle loss, increase strength, and improve mobility. Studies show that older adults who eat a diet rich in protein, antioxidants, and healthy fats have up to a 30% lower chance of falls and fractures. That means more independence, more time with family, more moments to do what you love. Now, you might be thinking, this sounds great, but where do I start? The good news is you don't have to do it all at once. Pick one or two of these foods and try them this week. Maybe start with eggs for breakfast and a handful of almonds as a snack. Or maybe make a soup with beans and spinach for dinner. The key is to take the first step. Every bite is an investment in your strength, your health, your freedom. And there's more. These foods are just the beginning. There are other ways to protect your muscles and live with more energy after 65. In fact, there are 3 simple habits that can supercharge the benefits of these foods, helping to reduce muscle loss and keep you active for years to come. Think of it like building a house. The foods we mentioned are the bricks, solid, essential. But without a good foundation and the right tools, the house won't stand. These 3 habits are the foundation and the tools. They're practical, don't require expensive equipment or hours of your day, and are perfect for anyone over 65 who wants to live with more freedom. Let's meet Robert, a 67-year-old grandfather who thought his weakness was just part of aging. He felt his legs tire, avoided long walks, and even stopped playing golf, something he loved. But when Robert discovered these habits, everything changed. He not only regained his energy, but returned to doing things he thought he'd never do again. The first habit is to move every day, even if it's just a little. No, you don't need to become an athlete or spend hours at the gym. Science shows that simple, consistent movements can work wonders for your muscles. After 65, sarcopenia, that natural loss of muscle mass, speeds up if you sit for too long. A study from Harvard University showed that older adults who do 20 to 30 minutes of light activity daily have a 25% lower risk of losing muscle strength. The secret lies in regularity, not intensity. Think of Robert. He started with a 15-minute walk around the neighborhood every morning. No running or heavy weights, just putting one foot in front of the other, feeling the fresh air. On days when the weather wasn't cooperative, he did stretches at home, like raising his arms or rotating his ankles while watching TV. These movements keep blood flowing, delivering oxygen and nutrients to the muscles. They also stimulate muscle fibers to stay active, as if you're telling your body, hey, we still need these muscle ropes strong. You can start with something as simple as walking to the corner, going up and down the stairs at home twice, or even dancing to a song you love in the living room. The key is to do something every day. If you can, aim for 20 minutes. But even 10 minutes makes a difference. Robert noticed that after 2 weeks of walking, he climbed stairs without that tightness in his chest. He even started carrying grocery bags without help. Movement is life, and your muscles thank you for every step. The second habit is to prioritize quality sleep. It sounds simple, but sleep is a superpower for your muscles, especially after 65. During sleep, your body goes into repair mode. That's when muscles recover, fibers strengthen, and the nutrients from the foods you eat, like the protein from eggs or the omega-3 from salmon, are put to work. A study published in the Journal of Gerontology showed that older adults who sleep less than 6 hours a night lose muscle mass faster than those who get 7 to 8 hours. Poor sleep also increases inflammation, which is like a silent thief stealing your muscles' strength. Robert used to stay up late watching TV, getting only 5 hours of sleep a night. He woke up tired, with heavy legs. When he started prioritizing sleep, everything changed. He created a simple routine, turning off screens an hour before bed, sipping chamomile tea, and keeping the bedroom dark and cool. He also avoided heavy meals late at night, as they disrupted his rest. Within a few weeks, Robert noticed he woke up with more energy, and his morning walks became easier. Sleep isn't just rest. It's when your muscles go to the gym without you lifting a finger. To start, try going to bed at the same time every night. aim for at least 7 hours of sleep. If you struggle to fall asleep, small changes help. Avoid coffee after lunch, keep your bedroom comfortable, and try deep breathing for a few minutes before lying down. Your muscles will thank you with more strength and fewer aches. The third habit is to stay hydrated. It may seem obvious, but hydration is essential for muscles, and many people over 65 don't drink enough water. Your muscles are about 75% water. Without it, they become weaker, more prone to cramps, and less able to recover. A study from Tufts University showed that older adults who drink fewer than 6 glasses of water a day have a higher risk of muscle weakness and falls. Dehydration also makes you more tired, which can cause you to skip that daily movement we talked about. Robert didn't pay much attention to water. He drank coffee, soda, but forgot about plain water. When he started carrying a water bottle and drinking a glass with every meal, he felt a huge difference. His leg cramps, which bothered him at night, decreased. He also noticed he had more energy for his walks. Water helps transport nutrients, like the protein from Greek yogurt or the antioxidants from spinach, directly to your muscles. It's like ensuring the fuel reaches the engine. A practical tip: drink at least 6 to 8 glasses of water a day, depending on your weight and activity level. If you find plain water boring, add a slice of lemon or some mint leaves. Try drinking a glass first thing in the morning, another before each meal, and keep a bottle nearby. It's a small change with a massive impact. Now, let's tie it all together. These 3 habits: moving every day, prioritizing quality sleep, and staying hydrated, are like a tripod that supports your muscle strength. They work together with the 7 foods we mentioned earlier, creating a powerful system to combat sarcopenia and keep you active. Robert is proof of this. At 67, he not only returned to playing golf, but is now planning a family trip, something he thought was impossible before. He walks 20 minutes a day, sleeps 7 hours a night, and never forgets his water bottle. Small changes, big results. And the best part? You can start today. You don't need to be perfect. Pick one of these habits and try it for a week. Maybe start with a short walk or drink an extra glass of water. Each step brings you closer to a stronger, freer life. These habits aren't about turning back the clock to 20. They're about making the most of the years you have now, with energy to do what matters. Spend time with family, enjoy your hobbies, live without fear of falling or feeling weak.